Hey, what's going on, friends and family? Coach Rocky Ventura coming to you again with another lesson on mindset. Okay, we've already talked about communication, we've talked about personal development, we talked about the reasons why it's important to think about our actions and what we do. And today we're going to talk to you about leadership and influence. Just real quickly, just wanted to show you the background I'm working with. Excuse the music. I didn't want to make any excuses not to get a video in. Today is my daughter Isabel's 16th birthday, and it's a little hard on me. I gotta tell you, wow, she grew up so big. I came into her life when she was, I want to say she was 4, 5 maybe. And then me and Priscilla got married, and we just I became a daddy quick. And we talk about leadership and influence, and I tell you, it just hit me immediately. And I just had to find ways to become better and do better. And it was just an interesting dynamic that I came across and came into. And so quickly I started realizing that if I want things to get better, I have to get better, right? And so I want to talk to you about leadership and influence. And one of the books I'd like to share with you is from John C Maxwell's books, The 21 Laws of Leadership. I'll actually be teaching from that today, just quick snippets of his lessons. Not all of them, just maybe 2 laws, okay? Now, let me just give you a backdrop story on my personal growth. So, hey, I've always known since I was little that people have influence, those that have the influence on others get things, are rewarded things, or receive the best things in life. I mean, think about it. You look at as early as since I was in elementary school, I remember we used to call the kid who had the most influence with the teachers, and the teachers liked them, and we used to call them teachers' pets, right? Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. But it was that influence that drew them to that teacher, and the teacher to that child. And so I've always known how important influence was. And leadership, John Maxwell describes leadership as influence. Nothing more, nothing less. All right, so that's leadership right there. And it's such an easy definition to remember and realize, just leadership is influence, okay? So influence absolutely impacts the way our outcome. We're talking about mindset, and we're talking about growing and becoming better. But don't let that slide under the rug. Your influence matters. I mean, when you come home from work and you decide to turn the TV on versus, hey, teaching a lesson of a value to your children, right? You make that conscious decision, and every year it trickulates. And then when they become older, we're wondering, well, why are they making this decision? Why are they making that decision? Well, it stems from your influence, right? Your coworkers. If they like you, they don't like you. Hey, a lot of the reason I'm willing to bet is because of the influence that you allowed or created or fed into. But influence absolutely matters. And so I just want to share to you today, that's actually one of John C Maxwell's laws in the book of 21 Laws of Leadership. He talks about the law of influence, and that's just it. The leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So we're good on that law, right? I can put a little check on that. And now I want to move into the next law. So you're probably thinking, okay, I think I get it, Coach Rock. I think I get that leadership is influence, and that my actions are impacting other people. I can get that. But what do I do about it now? I want to be better, and it's getting late in the game. You know, I have older kids now, or I've been at this job this long. They already think of me this certain way. What can I do to get better? And the easy answer is you have to get better, right? That's the answer. But how do you get better? Well, you have to start injecting things that will increase your growth. What do you want to get better in? I mean, is it in parenting? Well, then start reading parenting books, right? Is it in wanting to get better at your work? Well, then who are you hanging around with? Are you hanging around people who are good at your work, or are you hanging around the people that are always complaining about work, like, this job, they always do this, or they don't pay me enough, or are you blaming the government, right, for why you do or don't have things? All right, so what kind of influence are you allowing in your mind, and how are you influencing others in that way? Every influence counts. Don't trick yourself. Don't believe the baloney that it doesn't. It does. Everything counts. Okay, so here's another law I'd like you to understand so that you can take it easy on yourself. This one is the law of process. Okay, and the law of process basically says that leadership is formed daily, not in a day. Okay, and I didn't get this when I first started leadership. Now, my brother gave me my brother was the first one, older brother Enrique was the first person to introduce me to the law, to introduce me to personal development And in the personal development books, the two he gave me were the 7 Habits of Effective Leaders, or 7 Habits of Effective People, excuse me, and the 21 Laws of Leadership. And those 2 books absolutely changed my life. In fact, other than the Bible, which I would say is the only book that matters, right? And those 2 books really right there impacted my life. And the good news is the 21 Laws of Leadership, those laws come from the Bible. So it's like a win-win, right? I highly recommend you get those books. Let me tell you about it though. So I read those books and it just blew my mind away. My mindset started getting on the right track. But the rest of it didn't follow, right? Because even though I knew what to do, I still wasn't growing. I stopped. I just said, okay, I know enough now. Leader hat on. I know what to do. Follow me. And I looked around and nobody's following me, right? I mean, and that's just because I was just so naive. I just didn't understand that leadership is a process. You have to keep growing and you have to keep doing it. It's not like, okay, I'm done with high school. I've learned everything I need to know. Or I got my bachelor's degree. I got everything I need. Or I got my master's degree. I'm on the top. If you stop growing, that's it. You start going down, because the tendency for humanity, right, is that we are designed to reach our potential, but it requires that we keep going up a hill. The minute we choose to stagnate, naturally, like gravity, it just brings us back down. And so we have to be intentional about keep moving forward and keep on continuing to grow. And that's the law of the process. You got to go easy on yourself, all right? I know you want to be a leader. I know you want to change your life, but it's a process. As long as you keep doing a little bit daily, all of that is going to compound, and you'll start seeing results, weeks, months down the road. You will see results, but be consistent with it, all right? And that's called the law of process. And hey, this concludes the lesson today. It's a very short lesson. I will say there's good news, because I plan on breaking every one of these laws down one at a time, one lesson at a time. All I'm doing with these lessons on mindset is just to give you an overview of some thoughts that I will be teaching about in the future. We got a whole lifetime ahead of us, so I'm excited about this journey with you. And hey, if you ever want someone to talk to, hey, give me a call, all right? Text me, message me, I'm here for you, okay? If you just want to talk about life, hey, let's talk about life. I'm good with that, okay? And then final update, I know I'm getting a lot of messages. Most of y'all know I live in Miami. Yes, there is a hurricane coming. We're actually in Orlando right now. We came to Florida. I'm on vacation. We wanted to spend my daughter's birthday up here, but a hurricane's coming, Hurricane Dorian. So we're fine. We got a plan. We're going to be safe. So everyone out there praying, I appreciate it. I welcome the prayers still. But I just want to say thank you, everyone, for your support. And we're doing fine. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. If you like this video, please share it with others. Click the like button. And I'm including a link down below for you to click on my YouTube page. I'd love for you to subscribe if this is stuff you want to continue growing with me. God bless you. You take care. God is good.